Hello everyone, this is the day 10 of the admin training. In this day we'll talk about that few more details about update set. So first thing we'll talk about that batch update set. What is batch update set and why do we need the batch update set? Then we'll talk about that Marge update set. Then we'll talk about that why incident did not capture but SLA or maybe report or other things can capture. So these things we'll discuss and then few more other topics we are going to discuss in our today's session. So first I'll talk about that what is batch update set. So basically if I go back to the earlier stage, so we move our code from dev to test environment by one update set. We move one by one update set dev to test, right? So one by one. Now our testing is completed and testing teams give the sign up that yes, we can move that update set from test to QA environment. QA is a validated instance, so moving to that QA environment or moving to prod environment need normally for any industry or any organization need the change request, but it varies on organization basis. But to move from any code from test environment to the QA environment or test to production or QA to production, we normally need a change request. So there will be a change request created, and normally what we did, we should not move update set one by one. So we should not move update set one by one. So we'll create a parent update set. Under this parent update set, all these child update set will be added there, and then once we move this parent update set in a single shot, all these child update set will be automatically migrated. And remember that the batching will be done in the test environment. From the test environment we'll batch these all these, and then this batch will have several number of updates and all updates will be moved together from test to QA environment. So we move all these update set from dev to test one by one. After that we'll batch them to a test, and then from test we'll move to the QA or production. So let's see in our ServiceNow instance. So this is our dev environment, and if I go back to the local update set, right? Under this local update set, we have created two update set. If you remember version 2 and version 1, these two update set we have created. And from dev environment, we have pulled these two test environment. So if I go back to the test environment, under the test environment, we have pulled that update set. And once we commit this update set, all these rules present to this update set was created under this test environment, right? Now we'll talk about that what is the point of batching update set. So batching update set giving you the ability to call these two update set together. So maybe I have created two updates and there could be 100 update set or 50 update set or 20 update set that is going to be migrated from test environment to the QA environment or maybe production environment. For example, this is the another environment. So I'll copy this environment link, and in this environment, let's assume that this is our production environment. So this is our prod environment. In this prod environment, we are going to pull all this update set, right? So to pull this update set, we need to create the batch update set. Either you can pull this update set one by one and then migrate that, or else you can do things like when you are migrating this update set, you should do one thing. You should make sure that V1 should be committed first and then V2 should be committed second. So this is an overhead for everyone. Instead of that, we can create a batch update set. Batch update set will internally resolve any internal issue. So basically for migrating QA or production, we normally do a batching. So how do you do the batch? To create the batch, we have to go to this again local update set. Under this local update set module, we already have seen these two updates that are there. I'll create a new batch update set. So normally in batch update set, naming convention start with the change number. So we'll say that CHG01, something like that. And let's say that anything, you can put any name called, I say that batch. So this is my batch update set name. I will create a new batch update set. So this is my batch update set. And under this batch update set, you will have, basically parent update set, you will have options called child update set. Here you can add all child updates. So I will click edit, and then here I will add all my child update set. So these all two are my child update set. I'll add and save that. Alright. So now this is my batch update set. Batch update set have a child update set, two child update set, and itself the parent update set. You can see. So child update set. So this is my batch update set. This batch update set I am going to migrate from test environment to my production environment. So let's assume that this is my production environment. So what I'll do, I'll make this update set as a commit. Once I commit that, all this bottom child update set, if it is in progress even, it will be automatically complete. That's pop-up they are showing. I'll do that and save that. So this batching update set is done. You can see right now I have one batch update set. Under this batch update set, two child update set. Now go back to the local update set again. You can see these two update set, right? So these two update set from are migrated from this dev environment, and they have a one parent called this batching update set name. So these two are the parent of this update set. All right. Now what we have to do, if I try to migrate this update set production, I just need to migrate this batch update set. Automatically child update set will be migrated. Let's see. So this is my production instance. I'll go to this update source, for example. So I'll go to this update source the way we have done. Here also there is a one options created called test, and I'm going to pull this update set, retrieve complete update set. So let's pull that. So I'll pull this update set, and here we go. You can see three update set retrieved successfully. We'll close that, and so once we close that, you can see under this here it is showing that remote batch update set 1, which is in preview, and update source, or from where it is pulled, from test environment pulls. If we go to this retrieve update set, it's showing that retrieve, and then under this is a preview, and these two are previewed in batch. It means that it is previewed and these two are previewed in batch. So at that moment, these update set, these three update set did not committed. Once we committed, this update set will be moved from preview to committed state, and once it will be committed, those rules will be created to my production environment. So let's go back to here. So I'll open this batch update set. This is my batch update set, and here I'll just click that run preview again. When you create a batch update set, it is less chance to get an error instead of individual update set migration, because batch update set internally resolve all these errors. So you can see we have two update set on the bottom. These two update set is going to be migrated or committed along with this batch update set. I'll click the commit update set batch. Once I do committed, you can see this update set got committed, and if I scroll down, you will be able to find out these two rules also, or these two rules updates are also committed. So using the batch update set, we can commit multiple update set together, and there is a less chance to have error. And you can see under customer updates, so these are the assignment rule, either created, insert or deleted. So let's go back to the assignment rules. So if I go type rules and open that assignments, so and do a up to date, you can see this is the assignment rule that we have created from dev environment, and from dev we migrated to test, and test to the production. If you see the assign to hardware and then assign to user, is because this user does not exist. So this way we can migrate from dev environment to test to the production environment using the batching. So we understand the batch update set. Let's talk about the Marge update set. So Marge update set is used very less. Most of the organizations, they don't use the Marge update set. But let's talk about that. What is Marge update set? So let's assume that the developer D1 who created a update set called L1. So local update set L1, and then one developer called D2 who created another update set called L2. Okay, so these two update set are there. Now in this D1 update set, let's assume that 10 objects are there, and in this D2 of update set, let's assume that 20 objects are there. What does it mean by object? Object like rules, maybe configuration things, right? So here we have a 10 and here we have a 20. So this is called 10, let's say, and this is called 20. Okay, so let's say that these have the 20, and now in between we have a 5 common objects, right? So we have a 5 common object. Now let's say that they are on leave, or they just say that I have created these two update set, and it is the story is assigned for one particular story called S1, and this story it got assigned to somebody else called developer 3, right? So what he will create a L3 update set, and then what he will do normally, he will actually merge these two update first. So how do we merge that? Merge means that combine this object, right? So once he merge that, how many object will be there? The object count will be at that moment 25, because the 5 object is common. Total 25 object will be there. After that, this D3 developer, if he want to capture some one or two object, they can capture, and finally it will become, let's say, the 26 object, and this 26 object or this L3 will be a Marge update set. This object can be, or this update set, so this update set can be moved from dev to test environment with this 26 object. So let's see actual in our developer instance. Alright, so this is our development instance, and let's say that in this developer instance, I am going to create one update set. So let's say I will create one update set. In this update set, I'm going to create one local update set. Let's say that v2, and then this is the story 2, and this is the v1 update set. So this is my first update set, or maybe let's assume that this is the one developer. They update couple of archive rules or SLA. So let's say that I'll go to this SLA module, and then let's say I'm going to update couple of objects. So I'll go to this SLA definition, and let's add that condition active true. So this is the active true. I'm going to update these three, actually update one record. So this record update, and let's try to update this record also. So I actually update these three records. I am just updating one by one. So these three record, as a developer one, I have created this story 2 and then deactivated these three SLA. And these three SLA got captured. You can see these three SLA got captured. Now what we'll do, I'll go to this again local update set, and this time I'm going to create another update set, and let's say that I'll create the v2 update set, and in this update set, the common object, this one, I will again mark as active true, and here I will again active false, right, like that. So total 336 object are there, and then there is a one common object that is called this one. So these objects are captured in both the update set, right? So let's go back to this update set 1 and 2. I will open this update set 1 and 2. You can see this one update set have this is the two updates. So these have a 3 object capture, and this one have a 3 object capture, and there we have a common object called this is the common object called priority 1 hour. So this one is common object, right? So this is captured in a both the update set. Now if we merge that, how can we merge that? So these two update set are there, right? We can merge and create a new update set and merge that. So let's merge that. So you have a option. Let's say that another developer came and they want to merge these two update set. They simply click this merge update set, and here it will create another update set called story merge, something like that. So we can put the merge set, and I will put this in a here in the condition we have to put this such a way that it can pick those updates that we want to merge. So these two updates that are showing right now. Now if we click the merge update set, what will be happen? It will create a new update set, and these two update set that we have created is in progress state will be automatically moved to ignore state. Okay, and in this merge update set, it will be came and combined between two objects, and then total record count will be 5 record. Let's see. So I'm going to click the merge button. Once, make sure that you put the right filter and it's showing right update set. So it's showing the right update set. I'm going to merge these two update set, and once I click the merge, you can see there is a pop-up coming up that are you sure you want to merge these two update set? You will not be able to undo these actions. Once it is merged, this child update set will be automatically ignored state, and all these records, all these object that is present to this merge update set will be moved to that new update set. Let's click OK. And one new merge update set created. So this is the new merge update set created, and you can see the 5 record is created here, or 5 record is moved here. And if I open this individual child record, I will open one by one. So this is one V1, Under the V1, you can see previously it was 3 record, now it's have 1 record, and in this V2 there are 3 record also, but it is not showing any new, no record is there because we have a common object called this one, prior 1 hour common object, but this is the old record in the set. This is the old record. That's the reason it did not move. The latest record is moved here. So, and that's the reason total 5 record is present here. And now we can simply close complete and move this Marge update set from dev environment to the other environment like our test environment. This way we can merge particular update set and move further. Next, we'll talk about that why this SLA definition captured, but normally incident did not capture. Let's create a update set, right? So if we create a update set, let's say that, so this is my another update set, and if we update any SLA, it will be captured, right? So if I open this latest update set, this one, this is my current update set, and if I update any SLA definition, for example, I am updating this SLA definition, it will be captured here, right? So this update set will be capture this object. But let's say that if I go back to the incident table and update particular incident, so I'm going to this incident table, and let's say I am updating any short description or anything, or I'm creating any record, this will not be captured in our update set, right? So you can see it is not captured. Even there is a one configuration item called, we have a call schedule job. Schedule job. In interview, normally everyone asks that, is that schedule job captured in your update set? So normally schedule job also cannot be captured in our update. So if we go back here and then let's say that I'm creating a schedule job, this schedule job also will not be captured in our update set. But schedule job a configuration item like SLA, but it also did not capture in our update set. So first thing we'll talk about that why this is not capturing incident but it is capturing SLA definition. So if I create this schedule job, let's say this is the script where we can write the script, and if we save that, this schedule job is created, but this schedule job also did not capture, right? So first thing we'll talk about that how it is getting captured SLA definition but not capturing that incident or schedule job. So if you go back to the SLA definition, right click and then go to this, we have a dictionary, you can go to this dictionary. Once you go to this dictionary, you will be able to find out one type of this dictionary called collection. So let's open or let's find out this type is collection. We will be able to find out one record called collection, type is collection, and this is the meta record. If I open that, this collection type of record have an attribute called, you can see update sync, and this update sync is true. Because of this update sync equal to true, this attribute, this will be captured in your update set. But similarly, if I go back to incident table, go to this configure and go to this dictionary, that one record is present for incident also. If we open that, there are various attribute is there, but this update sync, this attribute is missing. So this attribute update sync is missing. So any table, let's say that any SLA definition or any table which have this update sync attribute is true on this their collection record, that will be captured in our update set. Coming back to the schedule job, how do we move this schedule job from one environment to the another environment? The ServiceNow best practice to schedule job move from one environment to the another environment, you just right click and then export XML. This XML can be imported in our further environment. So if I go back to this is the test environment, and if we go back to the schedule job, and under the schedule job, if we do up to date, there is no schedule job that I have created right now, so I can simply import that. So for dev, from dev I have to be export, and from test I need to be import that XML. Let me import that, and just if I click upload, this schedule job will be automatically imported, and you can see this is the schedule job that I have created in dev environment that is imported into the test environment. So this way we can move the schedule job as a manual step from dev to test to production as a XML. But for other object, we can directly capture in our update set, and through the update set, we can move that. Last not the least, we'll talk about that move the update set from one environment to the another environment. If there is any error happens, what should we do or what action we should take care. So normally what happens, there are various reasons to show the error. So I'm just replicating one error and showing you that how we can resolve the issue. Let's say that this is your test environment and this is our dev environment, and somebody go to these rules and manually update that, right? So somebody manually update that rules for our debugging purpose. So let's say I'll go here and then under the assignments rule, this is the rules that we have moved from dev environment to the test environment. Let's say I have updated this execution order 100 to the 1000 for the testing purpose and I forget to revert back, right? So this is my test environment where I have manually update some record. And now let's go back to our dev environment, and let's say I have got a new requirement called story 3 or story 4. So I'm going to create a new story called story 4 update set. And here my requirement is to create or to update this rule from assigned to, right now it's assigned to is coming blank to the test environment, to put the proper assigned to user. So what I'll do, I'll go to this rules module and open that rules, and this is the rules that we have created. And here I'll put that able tutor, which is the common user for both the environment. So I'll put this username and save that. So once we save that, this record will be captured in my update set, right? And now if we try to move this update set from dev to test environment, let's see what happened. So if we go back to that test environment, so this is our test environment, the way we have migrated that update set. So we'll go to this update source. Under this update source, we are trying to pull the update set from the dev. So we'll click that retrieve complete update set, and it will retrieve all this update set. And let's say if I open this our story 4 update set, normally we supposed to have a button called commit, but that button is not there. So we'll click the run preview again, and you can see we have an error, and because of that error there is no options to commit that update set. Why? Because I manually modify these rules in test environment, and that's the reason system is showing that there is a new record or found a new record into test environment, and I have to manually, as an admin or developer, I have to take a decision that I have to be accept or skip that. To take the decision, we have options called compare to local. You simply click the compare to local. Once you compare to the local, left side it have a, you can see local update set, and right side is have a remote update set. It means that these have in this update set, this is the things we are going to be moved, and this is the already present to our test environment. And you can see it's showing that test environment order is 1000, but in our update set the order is 100. And in test environment this user is blank, but in our update set this is a able tutor. Now I have to take a decision that I need to be skip the record. If I skip the record, this latest version or this remote set or this update set version will not be applied. Whatever was there earlier, it will be as it is. But if we accept that, what will be happen? It will be override this 1000 to 100, and whatever is in our update set will be actually moved to this case. So let's assume that I am just taking that no, my update set version is correct. Somebody manually changed this in test environment for testing purpose. So that is not the correct. My update set version is correct. For that, what we have to do, we can just click that accept remote update set. But if you think that no, my update set version is wrong, I first need to be update the order equal to 1000 and then move that, then you can skip the update set. For demonstration purpose, I'll select the accept remote update set. And once we select the remote update set and go back here, I will be able to see this commit update set button again. Once I commit that, these changes will be applied to this test environment, and you can see if I refresh this assignment rule, assigned to will be updated, and then their order will be 1000. It was 1000, it will become 100. So let's see, and you can see assigned to got updated to able tutor, and if we show XML, and if we see that order, this order is right now back to the 100. So this way we can take a decision when we are migrating the update set from one environment to the another environment. If there is an error, we can take a decision and then either skip or accept the remote update set. Last not the least, we have another option to back out. Let's say that you migrate one update set from dev to test environment. So this update set I have migrated from dev to test environment, and you can see right now this update set is in committed state, right? And now if we go back to the local update set, I will be able to find out this update set because previously it was retrieve update set. After commit, this record will be one record will be created also in the remote update, also in the local update set. So if I open this local update set, you can see this record got created here. This is my local updates and this is the retrieve update set. So in the retrieve update set, we click the commit update set, right? Now this record moved to this local update set. If you want to revert back that all the changes that we have done through this update set, you have a options called backout option. You can simply click the backout, and once you click the backout, whatever changes you have migrated to this update set will be automatically backed out. For example, this assign to will become blank and then order will be 1000. Let's check that. So this update set we have backed out, and if we click the close button, you can see this update set is no more available here, and here under this retrieve update set you can see state become backed out. It means that we have backed out this update set. Now again we can preview update set and commit that, but meantime you can see our assign to reverted back to the blank, and if we show XML, the order become 1000 because we backed out this solution. Maybe something is not working or something is other thing. So this way we can even back out the update set. So that's it for today. If you have any question, let me know in my comment section. Thank you very much. Have a great day.